before, but how are you guys all doing with everything going on? Good? I mean, as best as you can be?
Good, anxious regarding strikes, of course, but good overall.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Happy to have received special permission from SAG to be here.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Please,
Nod,
thank
nod.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you, SAG.
Yeah, it is good because I think for me, and I have a limited spot in this first series, but it's fun to be able to promote it because I think we're all excited to have this happen, and then we're excited, at least me, to be here to promote something fun, and then to feel like we're going to get cut at knees, kind of like, oh man,
Yeah.
the timing of this. So it's good that we're here and we found a way to make it work.
Fun. I've never done this convention, so fun to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, it's my first time.
Yeah.
Madness. I can't believe how many people there are.
Well, especially because of the panel. So how was your guys', especially for the first timers, and then sitting on that panel, how was that for you guys?
Oh, it was great. It was slightly overwhelming. It was very cool to see how many people came out, even though the show hasn't been released yet. It was I'm going to sound like a broken record, I'm sure, by the end of this, but it was wild. It was wild to the reverb and the echo while you're on stage is very jarring. So I'm not sure I understood what half of the people were saying half of the time, but I did a lot of smiling and nodding, and hopefully it looks good.
Laughing, nodding, smiling.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the show.
It's like The Player meets The Office. Thank you so much. Maybe.
Yes.
You ever see The Player?
Yes.
Workplace comedy.
Mockumentary.
Yep.
6 episodes, 1 season. Very funny.
Absurd characters.
Yeah, just bigger than life characters that just kind of focus on the chaos and the confusion that happens in TV production, and it's usually just a shit show. And I think it really takes these personalities and it heightens all of us, right, to just be those people, and then you kind of see how the collaborative effort of TV comes, how certain people rise to positions when they maybe shouldn't, and so it'd be a fun little pulling back the curtain to see how TV production works. Yep.
Why a TV production? Why a production company?
Well, I think that's, kind of it's the most clear, I guess, obvious thing is that, the producers / directors / writers / actors who made it are, that's their world, that's their workplace. So everyone can relate to a workplace comedy. Everyone, big office, small office, has some crazy characters. I think it was just easiest to write a specific, LA production company, because that's the BS that Brian and Tom have worked in for many, many years. Lovely BS. Please hire me.
Lovely BS. The best BS.
Yeah.
It's an excellent opportunity for absurdity and drama because that actually happens.
And there's some eccentric characters in the TV world, so to have that there, it's going to be fun because you can't be too big in a world like that. There's a lot of so and I think we all kind of hit that in.
And you talk about inspirations for these, the characters and stuff like that. So can anybody shed a little light on maybe running into one of those inspirations themselves?
That's a good question.
In the case of my character, I feel like I'm more of, since it's so close in proximity right now, I feel like I'm more of a socially awkward, video game obsessed nerd fangirl, so that feels more like the average Comic-Con attendee, no offense, but, so that's where, that was an easy source of inspiration, is just the dorkiest, most desperate fans in LA, in Hollywood.
I don't know. I think my character, he's kind of this hack of an agent who kind of gets involved with representing big talent and clues to what he does, but he's overly confident, overly arrogant, and he shouldn't be. But it's like he's just unaware of who he is. So I think he thinks it's more about him than the client. And I think that's what's kind of fun with that character.
Yeah, no inspiration from reality at all with that one.
None of us have ever met a hacker.
Yeah.
Like, how did this guy ever get in this position? He's an idiot.
Well, like I previously asked, you know, in this case, you guys are all playing characters in production company, and all of them are dealing with somebody who shouldn't be in the job that they're in. But has this playing these characters made you guys happy that you're not in an office yourself?
It would be funny if we all had like day jobs here and just offended
Plan B.
out of all of us. Sorry for this.
Does it make us happy that we're not have a day job thing? Man, I don't know, because it's such a, the world is still in the world of production. So I don't know. This seems like it would be fun to actually be in this world.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's almost like you take the filters off and it's just, you know, so yeah, I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah, I
A
think
little dangerous, but fun.
Yeah. A lot of lawsuits, sure. Yeah.
And what drew you guys here to the scripts? Like, what made you, as soon as you read it, be like, I want to do this? This is.
They were funny right off the bat. You know, yeah, just good jokes throughout. I thought always, you know, exciting to do that kind of material.
I didn't have anything better to do, so I was like, I said, please, yes, thanks. I've known Tom for a long time, and so he sent me the thing, and he said I didn't have to audition or anything. I'm sure that was the case with a lot of people in the show, a lot of the cast. So anyway, I was just down to do it. It seemed fun and funny, and yeah.
Yeah, he said to me, he goes, you're this Asian who's this white guy who thinks he's from Compton, and you're just kind of over the top. And I was like, oh man, are you sure you got the right? Because that's totally against what I normally play, always. So I'm like, this is great. I mean, and I was happy that someone let me play something totally different. So I was like, I'm in. Sounds good. And I think that particular day, so here we are.
Yeah.
No, it was cool to, when you get to play something different than you normally can. That's always part of the fun. It's not, you know, so that was what hooked me for sure.
Yeah. And those, you know, these guys, for Brian and Tom, it's like I kind of always know it's going to be a good time, good people. You know, pretty much jump out every time.
I'm working obviously with people who you have either previous experience with or knowing personally. Did you guys find, because this is a comedy, you had a little bit more freedom to just kind of take the bar to another level instead of, you know, working kind of with strangers where it's a little bit more uncomfortable?
Yeah, it was a great environment. We were able to like go really quickly, you know, and everybody in the cast was so good, you know. We can like sort of throw stuff at each other, and everybody just, you know, catches it, returns the ball, you know, like, so that's the funnest way to work, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I've known Thomas for probably about a decade. Never worked with him on an actual show, but but it is cool when you go and you don't know. I mean, depending on the creators, it could be very, very, as they call, keep you in a box, where it's just very. But they quickly saw that it was just total, you know, freedom to do things and have fun with it and kind of be yourself, create your own character, and that's always awesome as an actor to have, you know, to get more creative freedom like that. And they were like that.
Yeah, and I would say that the on-set environment, like, it definitely, everyone knowing each other a little bit or having some type of relationship with Brian or Tom helped things, but what was I going to say? Just that it made the environment a little bit more casual, but they are such nerds for TV and filmmaking that it was still like, it wasn't like people were slacking off. It was still very driven and hardworking and stuff, so it was freeing, I guess, creatively, that was the question, but still, you know, everyone really cares on set, and that helps too.
And you guys obviously found yourself laughing more often than not on set.
Yes, I imagine we have to have some good like blooper takes. You know, some of the things these guys were improvising was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, because some people have been working in TV for like 30 years already, so they're like pros when it comes to like the comedic improvising and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a great gag reel somewhere.
Yeah.
Were you guys in scenes together?
Yes.
You were? Okay.
One, mainly.
Just the one.
Yes.
And so, because as you guys said, you have multiple people on the set who have worked in TV or film as long as they have. What did you guys take away from them?
Well, I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
I got 88. I don't know what year, how many years that is.
It's 34.
34 years.
I know that because that's the year I was born.
Yeah.
I was like, that math was really quick.
Yeah.
It's like 34.
Damn. It's crazy. You're pretty old, huh?
I'm pretty old.
I mean, you have to still be learning stuff every day. Like, I mean, no set is the same, so.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't in any scenes with any. I think I've been doing it for 25 years. So with guys that have been around a bit longer, I wasn't in any scenes with Tom or Dave. So yeah. But you always learn so many things, and the stories are a lot of fun when you do work with actors that have done more. Listening to stories, picking up things, or maybe certain things that they bring to their craft that you learn from. It's always cool. That's normally a takeaway.
Yeah, I liked watching to see more of like the freedom that they could take. I think like Sam Levine, for example, was so good at riffing and improvising during scenes, and he's someone who definitely has years and years of experience under his belt. So I think feeling a little more freedom is something that I would like to take for myself, which I think will come naturally as hopefully my career continues. Please.
Well, overall, what would you guys describe the theme of this show as?
Tomfoolery,
Yeah.
hijinks, incompetence.
Yeah, incompetence is good. Chaos and incompetence.
Yeah,
Hubris.
Pure Hollywood.
yeah.
And then finally, guys, for my last question, what do you hope viewers will take away after they finish the 6 episodes?
Like they're in the business. Some people, there's a lot of mystery.
That's how they do it?
Yeah, exactly. I know that Hollywood is not so glamorous, and that that any work environment has its set of characters that make things fun. Sorry, I'm trying not to use any words that are gonna get me canceled. Sorry.
Yeah, I think just to piggyback on that too is like, I think it's kind of a step back and just people just being way bigger than we are now in today's society. So I think just kind of like letting the hair down a bit. I mean, these people they're saying things they maybe shouldn't say. They're idiots. They're doing this stuff. So it's like nowadays it's just so controlled. And then it lets the hair down a bit and kind of has fun with it,
Well, thank you guys, and I can't wait for people to see the show. When it dropped, the trailer was hilarious, so looking very much forward to it.
Cool.
So.